Hi, Christian. It is such a pleasure to speak with you today.
So much pleasure to speak with you as well.
I'm Sophia Soto with the Nerds of Color, and huge congrats on the series. I'm so excited to speak with you about it.
Thank you.
So, first off, I want to ask you what you can sort of tease and describe about your character without giving too much away.
Well, I play Dr. Kirby. This is a guy who is extraordinarily passionate, was willing to tear down the system in the name of justice and stop this horrible man, this psychopath, from performing on human beings. He never should have been allowed to do that.
And so, obviously, this is based and inspired on a true story. How did that sort of affect how you approach this project?
It was very interesting to get the opportunity to play a real life guy. I had plans to go and meet with Dr. Kirby and sit down and talk with him, but then COVID hit and I wasn't able to go to Dallas. But fortunately, Patrick McManus did such a great job, I think, with the script and with the character. So I was able to really get a pretty strong sense of who this guy was. And working with Alec Baldwin was amazing. I felt like he and I had a good repartee between the two of us, and we were also able to improvise a little bit, which was a lot of fun.
Those are always the best moments, I feel like.
It was great. It was fun.
And so, obviously, you touched on this a little bit, but it's really, going for justice. And I wanted to know if there's a certain message that you hope this show is going to give fans about the justice system and all that.
Well, I guess what I've been saying is that you should definitely get a second opinion.
Joshua said the same thing.
There you go. Yeah. Second, third, fourth opinion. I think we're all in agreement about that. That you really, we put so much trust and faith in doctors, and think that we put them on such a pedestal. And as much as this story is about a terrible, horrible, psychopathic doctor, it is good to know that there were heroic doctors that were willing to stand up and do the right thing and put their own careers on the line.
Of course, yeah. And so, a little fun, creative question for you. If you could create either a tagline or a phrase to describe what is to come with this series, what would you pick?
Oh boy, I'm not really into the marketing. Um, a story of horror that'll leave you quivering and also put you in stitches.
That was perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. You did great.
Thank you.
Did you know mostly everything that was going to occur with the show when you sort of sat down and spoke about it? Or when you read the scripts, were you like shocked every week?
Well, this was based on a true story, but also the phenomenal podcast that was done. That was a very, very popular podcast, and I listened to it, and I was immediately inspired to get involved with it and be a part of it. I felt like it was a great story that was ripe and important to be told, as sort of a cautionary tale for people. I mean, they should definitely know about this and what happened. And unfortunately, it's not the only case. There have been several doctors that are protected under the system and are able to get away with this sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely. Is there a sort of dynamic, either friendship or relationship, that you had fun creating and you think fans are going to love that you can tease?
Well, I do think that the chemistry between Dr. Kirby and Dr. Henderson is a nice one. It's funny. Alec Baldwin he's just a great straight man, and you really get to bounce off of him, and he gives so much by doing very little, and it's a wonderful quality and a skill that he has honed to perfection. So it gave me a lot to work with, and I think that relationship is one that hopefully, in the midst of this dark story, people will walk away from enjoying.
And then I have one last question for you. You look back on the experience. What is one moment that sort of stands out to you?
Well, I did only get to work with Joshua Jackson really in one scene, in the surgery scene. So in most of this, for the majority of the show, I'm in pursuit of this guy. So working with him and seeing his total lack of inability, he really brought, that was something that he brought to the character remarkably well. And to watch him mangle, some of the dummies that we were working on was hilarious at times.
Thank you so much again for taking the time and speaking with me. Huge congrats on the show. I'm so excited for everyone to see it.
Thank you so much. Pleasure.
Pleasure is all mine. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.